and welcome back to the channel. Tasteless is the name and Tarkov is the game, and today I want to talk about something really important, and that is angles and peeking, how to peek efficiently. Right hand, left hand and peeking, the disadvantages, advantages to those. So as you can see here, we are in dorms on customs, and we're going to go upstairs and we're going to get the right hand advantage right here and show you. As you can see, we've got the right hand advantage, but our body is barely showing, and this is why this is so effective in Tarkov, why right hand advantage is so good. Our feet are still in the room. Our body is still in the room. The only thing that's showing is a slight bit of our arm, probably the top of our head, and our gun. That's all that's showing. And that is why right hand advantage is a thing, because the gun is situated on the right hand side of your player model, right? Whereas if you go left handed, as you can see, I'm in the room, roughly the same spot, and it's not working. So if we go out the room, the more we go out the room to get that left hand advantage, the more of our character player model is showing. Because our gun is also on the right hand side of the player model, it means we've got to show more. We've got to give more meat to the enemy, you know, a bit more meat on the menu. So that is something to really watch out for, because also if you try and get a nice tight angle on there to not show as much on a left-handed angle, you see the way our gun was kind of clipping against the wall. That doesn't happen on a right-handed angle, because on a right-handed angle our gun is situated on the right-hand side, so it's sticking out first before our player model. So that's another thing. So if we look here, our feet are well out the room just to get a good angle. As you can see here, I've done a little illustration in paint. I apologise. I'm not the best at drawing, but here we go. Boom. That's going to be a right-handed angle peek, barely showing. You can see, like I said, the shoulder, the top of the head, and maybe the gun. And on a left-handed angle, you're going to see the majority of the body sticking out. Even though it may not seem that way on your screen, that is how it's going to be for other players. So how do we deal with this? What happens if we're in a left-handed situation that we just have no choice? We have no choice but to play a left-handed situation. Well, there's two things to do. We can either run across, gaining the right-hand advantage from another room, for example. That only works in certain areas. Sometimes we play labs. Labs, massive corridors, not always the advantage, right-hand advantage obtainable. So what do we do here? Let's move forward for this one. So basically what you want to do is you want to wide/fast peek here. What do I mean by this? Well, you can wide swing it like that, spraying while you're moving across. That's going to catch the enemy off guard. They're not going to realise it. Or you can kind of sprint out like this, and there's not usually a box there. But if you sprint out like that, I mean, there is usually a box there, Tasteless. But like on other maps, there's not going to be always a box there. So you want to sprint out. They're less likely to expect it. You're not trying to line up that, you know, that stupid angle where your gun keeps clipping against the wall like that. Oh, you're slowly stepping out, bang, you're dead. No, you want to sprint across and just shoot. Sprint across and shoot. Wide swing that bad boy. It is going to be so effective. It's going to be a lot more effective than slow peeking that stupid left-handed angle, because that is going to get you killed. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is leaning. How to lean in the game. The different types of leaning, shoulder peeking, stuff like that. So yes, we are going to be looking at a right-hand angle here. And as you can see, you've got the fast lean. Boom. Quick tap of the E key. It works for the Q key as well. But the E key is going to be more effective. Quick tap, bang, line up the headshot. So you already want to be lining up before you aim. And then we've got the Alt-D, Alt-A. These are the most important keys in the game. If you don't utilize them, then I suggest you should start using them. Look at them. It is a sticky, slow peek. What do I mean by sticky, slow peek? I mean a peek that is going to essentially stay where you've lined it up, and you get to peek slowly. And that's going to be super effective against raiders, not only players, but also getting dirty little angles. And also we've got, obviously, the slide peek. That's going to open your body up a lot more than just an average Q or E. But at the same time, you know, you're moving quite fast. You can peek in and out. So I want to show you in the door frame. Oh, Jesus Christ, leave me alone! There we go. So I want to show you in door frames another little useful tactic when it comes to the Alt-D, Alt-A. You can actually... Oh, there's another bloody scav somewhere. But anyway, like I said, use these on other maps. And this slow leaning thing, that is so effective against scavs, raiders, rogues, stuff like that. Because you're not showing as much of your body, which means they're less likely to aggro onto you. So as you can see here, we're in a doorway. And if we just slowly... Look at that. We can use the lean peek to adjust our sights and gather information through that tiny crack in the door. And that's why that is so effective in PvP situations. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is whether you should peek an angle from deep or close to the wall. So if you were to imagine there was someone in the L of Free Story here, right? And you peek from here, as you can see, we've got a nice tight angle and we're hidden. The wall is obstructing us. We're not showing to that deeper angle, right? It doesn't really work because there's a box here. Hold on, we'll go downstairs. So, imagine there is a dude in the L over here, and he's sitting in this dark, dingy little corner. And he's holding the angle. You know he's there. You know he's there. Now, do you want to peek it from close or do you want to peek it from far? Well, if you peek it from far, as you can see, it's quite a tight angle. We've got the wall covering us, but we can't see him, which means we have to swing out on him. Now, that's dangerous because as soon as we swing, he's going to head tap us. Whereas if we get nice and close to the wall, what my rule is, go up to the wall and take a step back. So if we go up to the wall, as you can see, we're nice and tight on the wall. And now when we lean peek, we're going to get a lot more information. We don't have to swing on him. We don't have to swing on him. We can just get a little quick lean peek for that information. And yes, we're not covered by the wall anymore, but a lot less of us is showing because of the fact we don't have to fully swing on the player. So in certain situations, it's going to be beneficial. For example, if the player was yet now on the right side of the L, then it would be more effective to take that distance from the wall and kind of, you know, aim in from further away while lean peeking and taking that really tight angle with the wall covering us. So for example, once again, we're in paint master 4000 over here. We've got that nice tight angle on the wall. As you can see, we're going to be really effective in clearing that wide area. Whereas if we're further away, we've got more of a kind of tunnel visioned area. We'll use another color actually. We'll use a nice juicy green. Here we go. So we've got the character frame portrait further away. There we go. Player frame further away, whatever you want to call it. And as you can see, that angle is going to be a lot tighter because that wall is actually obstructing us. We've got that wall right here obstructing us. So that angle's a lot tighter. So if they're in the right side and that you know they're in the right side, then that's going to be a lot more efficient. Whereas if they're in the left side, then you want to get that close angle and you want to get that peak. So you've got a lot more space and area to look at. So yeah, with that, that'll be the end of the video. I hope you guys kind of understand the points I'm making here and what situations to use what angles and what peaks. Hope you guys could learn something. If you did like the video, then make sure to drop a like as it helps a ton. Comment for the old YouTube algorithm, as once again that also helps a ton. If you got any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. And yeah, subscribe. Make sure you guys do subscribe because we are doing a 500 subscriber giveaway. What in the world? Yes, a 500 subscriber giveaway. That means free booty for you. I don't know. Free booty for you guys, which is absolutely awesome. And yeah, so 500 subscriber giveaway. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Make sure you're first to know about that by subscribing, as it helps a ton. We are absolutely doing amazing. I thank all you guys. You guys are awesome. So I appreciate all the support. And with that, I hope you guys have a nice day and peace out.